It's December 12th, and we're looking at Malachi 3 verses 1 through 3 in the Contemporary English Version. And it says, I, the Lord all-powerful, will send my messenger to prepare the way for me. Then suddenly the Lord you are looking for will appear in his temple. The message you desire is coming with my promise, and he is on his way. On the day the Lord comes, he will be like a furnace that purifies silver, or like strong soap in a wash basin. No one will be able to stand up to him. The Lord will purify the descendants of Levi, as though they were gold or silver. Then they will bring the proper offerings to the Lord, and the offerings of the people of Judah and Jerusalem will please him, just as they did in the past. That was through verse 4, because I don't like when they cut off in the middle of a sentence. That was just weird. So, yeah, there you go. Lord Jesus, we come before you now, and we ask that you just keep our hearts humble, that we are able to hear and receive from you. We need to hear your voice, we need to see your face, and we need to know your will. I thank you that you do not leave us, you do not abandon us. You give us hope and the ability to persevere and overcome. I thank you for your provision and your grace, and I thank you for your amazing love. I ask that you just flood our hearts today. In your precious name, amen. So, we often, as Christians, talk about the purification of silver. As gold is refined in fire, so shall we be. And that is something that really sticks with me a lot. So it says here that they would be purified as though they were gold or silver. And many years ago, I was going through something, and I kept asking God to go ahead and prune me. I kept saying, God, prune me, prune me. Cut away the dead and dying branches, prune me. And then I had a friend randomly say, oh, the Lord is pruning me, and it hurts so bad. And then I was like, wow, I probably shouldn't be asking him to prune me. And so I went to one of our godly women that was older than me, and I was talking to her, and I said, well, I'm thinking I shouldn't be praying for God to prune me. And she said, the difference is that you want him to. So it's going to be less painful. There were things that he cut off that were painful, but because I asked him to cut them off, because I was willing to be pruned, willing to be refined, there wasn't the pain that my friend was experiencing at the time. It's all about the attitude that you approach Christ with. So a lot of us can go to God and think of him as a dictator, or just really domineering and cruel. And when we get past that and we realize it's really love that motivates him, and it's love that draws him to give us correction, but also to give us blessing. We can learn that when we go before him into his courts, we don't go in there as fearful people, fearing his abuse. We go in there as grateful children, redeemed and delivered. That's why it's safe to go to him where you are right now. You don't have to, and you won't ever be able to get your life right to go to him. You will never get it to a right place to go to him. You need to go with all your mess and all that you are and all that you're not, and just go before him, because his love for you is not a vindictive, controlling love. It's a passionate, fatherly love. And we are safe in his presence. We are safe to surrender, to fully surrender to him. And that's amazing, because when you think about how much power he has, and the fact that he knows everything about us, our deepest thoughts, our deepest fears, our failures that people don't even know about, but yet he still calls us to him, and he still loves us. That's amazing. And I think that we can lose sight of that in this world, because, like I said, we look at him as a dictator, as someone in power that is going to harm us, and that is not the way that God is. He will purify us as silver and gold are refined in fire. He will cleanse us as soap does clothes in a wash basin, or your body, and he will prune us and cut off the dead and dying branches. It's all about how we approach it. Are we willing to let him, or are we going to fight him on it? Tomorrow is the 13th of December, and we'll be looking at Matthew 1, verses 18 and 20.